Deep beneath these hills lies something so rare and so extraordinary, it can't be found anywhere else on Earth. I'm taking you on a descent into the shadows to see something truly magical.
You said it was the last time, but you keep coming back to tell me sorry that you take back all the things you said just to hurt me. Our love just went cold, but I'm still burning. Our love just went cold. Why? I keep on making the same mistake. I always let you back in when I begin to get myself together again. You are back once more like everything's the same. I tried to build my walls up, but you're taking them down. It's tearing me apart, I can't pretend.
So the entrance to Treacherous Cavern is quite elevated up a hill, but they offer free parking at the bottom. So there's just it's just roadside parking, but it is clearly labelled actually for the cavern. It's a dead end, this road, so you don't get a lot of through traffic. So there generally is plenty of places to park. In fact, I've just spotted loads of motorhomes. I think it's clearly a popular spot with van lifers. Let me show you. So there's quite a few set up there. Not sure if my brother's aware of this park up. It might be one for him to try. It would certainly be a beautiful place to wake up in the morning, that's for sure.
I always let you back in when I begin to get myself together again. You are back once more like everything's the same. I tried to build my walls up, but you're taking them down. It's tearing me apart, I can't pretend. Now I have to get over you again.
Oh, hello. How are you?
Not too bad, thank you. Enjoy.
Thank you.
You
How am I
guys.
going to need that?
It's about 10 or 11 degrees in there, so it's a bit chilly, but you might enjoy it.
This is when being tall is very much a disadvantage.
So here is the original entrance to the cave, which was thought to have been made by miners about 300 years ago. Before this, the earliest recorded date of mining in Treacherous was before 1699, but for lead ore. Then the miners moved on to extracting blue john instead, as it began to go up in value as an ornamental stone. So blue john is actually a very rare form of a very common mineral, and that mineral is fluorite or fluorspar. If you look above your heads, you can see where the fossils have formed in the limestone. Now, the limestone of Treacherous started to form 330 million years ago, when this area of Britain was much closer to the equator, and this whole area was a shallow, warm, tropical lagoon. He started to scrape in the clay. John realised that he discovered a vein of blue john, which was John Royce's hidden vein, so we called it the Lost Vein.
Gary Ridley had taken me into the cave and was showing me how to identify blue john. And he was showing me these crystal tops, and he was digging in an area of the cave for about 10-15 minutes. And he pulled this crystal top out about the same size as a dinner plate. And he said, "This is what you're looking for, these crystals and this particular shape." Started digging in the corner next to me, and about 15 minutes later I actually found some carpet. And I asked Gary, why would there be carpet in the cave? And he said it would have been the old miners. Not anything of it, carried on digging. I then found some battens of wood. Underneath those was some clean stone. Removing all the stone and all the clay, we actually found a blue john vein in the limestone. It wasn't until we'd cleared it all out of the way and we had Grandad come up to the cave, and he had seen the vein, and he said, "Yes, this is it. This is the only place in the cave we haven't been able to dig for 50 years. This is the Lost Vein."
passageway on your left was where the miners made their way in by blowing a hole accidentally in the roof from outside. Until the cave opened to the public in 1935, the hole in the ceiling was the only way in and the only way out. They descended the 200-foot drop by coming down on a rope, holding candles in their teeth.
Wow, it is worth coming up here. Oh my gosh, I'm higher than I thought. So I've just come out of the exit of the cavern. This is called the viewpoint, which obviously the view is utterly spectacular. But I've just seen where I went in, and it's so disorientating. I would never ever have thought I'd come out at a higher point. So that building down there, oh God, that sheep is very loud. So back there is the entrance to the cavern. And we have just popped out of this little door. That's quite an experience. This is one of 4 showroom caverns. There's Speedwell Cavern, Peak Cavern and Blue John Mine. I chose to come to this one because it's the only one that continues to mine Blue John. And yeah, you can see it in its most, well, you have seen it in its most natural state, and it's pretty, yeah, it's spectacular. I mean, it's quite funny as somebody who has no knowledge of geology and things like that. To look at that rock, I would never expect that you'd be able to make something so beautiful from it. It's, yeah, it's quite a skill, I suppose, isn't it? Finding it and then polishing it up and making it beautiful. But yeah, really, really interesting. And that's the first time I've been in caves before, but it's the first time I've actually seen stalactites and stalagmites like that. Now, I always used to get confused as to which was which, but my other half taught me that tights come down. So the stalactites are the one from the ceilings because your tights come down. And I've never forgot since. Hello, sheepy. Are you checking me out? Oh, you've got a baby, that's why. Don't worry. I think they want to come this way, but she's a little bit unsure about me. Look at that waggy tail. Reminds me of my doggy. I just met a couple actually before we went in, and they're doing all 4 of the caverns today. So they've got the work cut out because it really is quite... I wouldn't say treacherous. I mean, they provide handrails and there's non-slip strips on the floor, but there's a lot of steps. There are areas that you can quite easily deck it, so it's certainly not for anybody who's a little bit unsteady underfoot. But yeah, they're definitely going to have their work cut out because there's a lot of climbing up and down steps involved. It's a bit of a workout. Fortunately, I'm going back down now as opposed to coming up. But I'm going to head back into the, I think there's a little museum here. It's funny, this shack, I call it a shack, it's not, it's like the welcome centre. It's got a feel of something, I think it's probably because I'm watching Yellowstone at the minute, but it's got a feel of like a ranch, an old ranch building. So this is the little museum that they've got. Some fantastic, yeah, pieces of Blue John in here. Check these out. Anyway, I am happy to be heading down as opposed to going back up. I've just looked at my trousers and they're covered in mud as well, so it's not the cleanest of tours. I would recommend not wearing you need decent shoes on, to be fair, so walking boots are ideal for something like this. Obviously, I've put on trainers that have just come out of the washing machine and were very, very clean before I came today, because, you know, it wouldn't be me if I didn't do something stupid on a vlog, would it? I am going to jump back in the car now and we are going to head into Castleton. We're going to have a look round. I'm going to show you what a truly beautiful little village this place is. I've just got to the top of Winnits Pass. That has to be one of the coolest roads ever. I absolutely love driving up and down there. I think it's actually a bit better going down. I think the view is more spectacular. You get to see it properly. Going up, you sometimes get stuck behind people who are struggling with the gear changes. Fortunately, my automatic car does it all for me. But yeah, we come this way to Manchester Airport, so it always gives me holiday vibes when I drive up there. So it's always, yeah, it gives me a good feeling, but it's a proper cool road. Now, an interesting fact is that Blue John is not the only thing that is completely unique to Castleton. On Winnits Pass, they actually discovered a very, very rare species of hawkweed, which is a plant, and it's only ever been found on Winnits Pass. So that's two things that are completely unique to this little village. I mean, that's pretty good, that, isn't it? But the name of this hawkweed, I've written it down. Where is it? I haven't got my glasses on. Sorry, I can't read. Hericium navians. Hericium navians. Why do they give stupid Latin names to things? Why do they have to make it so difficult for us? But it's otherwise known as Derby hawkweed, which is a little bit easier, isn't it? Just parked in the main car park in the centre of the village. The price, oh, is that my car alarm? It's generally mine that's going off. I don't think it is on this occasion, thankfully. The price in here is a little bit more reasonable. I've just paid £4.50 for 4 hours, and do you know what? It's packed. It's absolutely packed. There are coaches, buses, bikes, you name it. I mean, it's not surprising. It is such a destination here.
As a young girl, the fields were mine. We played hide and seek for hours, raised our shadows among the pines. So offshore, playful and free, without a care in the world. I was one rich little girl, daydreamer, kidnap me, take me back, all the way back to them days, running around in a gown and a crown, barefoot. No mistake ever kept me late. We spent summers catching fire.
Right, so I've just come through the main entrance. There is a small welcome centre when you arrive. There's some more steps to go up, believe it or not. I bought my ticket online. I paid, what did I pay? I've forgotten. There was that many prices floating around. So if you book the night before, up to the night before, up to midnight, you get a 15% discount. I paid £9, but that included a 90p contribution to the English Heritage Fund. If I'd have just turned up and, I've just spotted the most gorgeous little rabbit sat on a wall. Oh, it's divine. I think he'll run off if I try and film him. Anyway, I'm digressing, aren't I? I'm getting distracted by rabbits. Yes, had I have just turned up and paid today, it would have been either £10 or £11 with a donation. Oh, hi, bunny.
Daydreamer, kidnap me. Take me back, all the way back to them days. Daydreamer.
The landscape is just awe-inspiring. I know I keep saying how beautiful it is, but I just feel so blessed to have this on my doorstep. It truly is beautiful. It's no wonder it's inspired so many, artists, to write books, paintings, poems, you name it. In fact, who was it? Arthur Conan Doyle wrote a short story based, he took inspiration from one of the caverns. What's it called? The Terror of the Blue John Mine. Hi. Oh. Thank you. You need to employ some Sherpas.
Well, there might be possibly more affordable than getting a ski lift on here.
Yeah.
That's just before.
That would work. That would work.
Yeah.
Oh, it's pretty spectacular.
Yeah.
So
Just a word of warning, there is a sheep up here. We don't normally have a sheep up here. He's not a mascot. He's just managed to he's wandered in somehow, and
how is
he hasn't got. He's
not got out.
No, he's figured out he can't get out. So he's either just wandering around eating, or sometimes eating when he hears his mates nearby.
High above the village of Castleton, Peveril Castle clings to its limestone ridge, silent, weathered, watching. Built in the late 11th century by William Peveril, a loyal knight of William the Conqueror, it was more than a fortress. It was a statement, a symbol of Norman control over Derbyshire and the administrative heart of the royal forest of the Peak. Though it never saw full-scale battle, the castle played host to kings and nobles. Its keep, added in 1176, was less about defence, but more about dominance, projecting royal authority across the Hope Valley. But time wore down its stone, and by the 16th century, Peveril Castle had fallen into ruin. Its walls crumbled, its halls emptied, yet something remained. In the basement chamber, staff speak of a lingering presence. They call him Daft Sammy, Samuel Eyre, the eccentric 19th century guide who once roamed the ruins, spinning tales for visitors. Some say he never truly left. Others have seen a white knight standing vigil on the ramparts, his spectral horse beside him. A phantom dog prowls the gardens, vanishing into a shadow. And near the gatehouse, a silent monk appears, then fades into mist. The wind howls through empty halls, but sometimes it's not the wind. I've just spotted some graffiti on the window frame. I wonder if it's got any age. It's my initials again. It's like everywhere I go there seems to be my initials etched in, and it is not me. RB. Is that an FK? Is that a year on there? That 1871. This is quite reminiscent of going up the church spire in at Chesterfield. Oh, little sheepy. That's made me really sad. She's talking to her pal on the other side of the wall. If you do get a chance to come to Castleton, I would really recommend it. It's just such a lovely place. It's not the biggest village, but there are lots of lovely little village pubs, little cafes, lots of little like gift shops, and obviously you've got the caverns that you can visit, and walking around here is absolutely brilliant. It's been really popular with lots and lots of people. In fact, I think Paul Newman, by all accounts, he came here for a week's holiday with his family back in the 1970s. So if it's good enough for Paul, it's good enough for us. You make it all in-house?
Yeah, all the blue
Johnny.
Johnnies. We do some of the other stones, but all the blue Johnnies all in-house.
Fantastic. Who's the artist?
He's called Mr. Darwin. He's been here about 55 years, is it?
Wow. That's amazing.
Well, give him thank you.
20, he's been here 20 years.
Well, that's when he worked in the mine.
Oh, right, so he worked in the mine.
Yeah, that's where he started his trade, was actually guiding and mining the stone. And then about 77, he took the plunge to start up doing the jewellery.
Did he train himself to make jewellery or something?
I think he went to have training and he learned a little bit in-house at the Cavern, and then it's just developed.
Quite a career change, isn't it? From mining to jewellery.
I think it was, in the winter time you worked more with the stone because you were mining and doing that rather than guiding. I think you just got a real interest for
That's
it.
fantastic.
And went from there, so yeah.
Brilliant, thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay.
Beautiful. Well, it's definitely the place to come if you want to purchase some jewellery with semi-precious stones. They had some beautiful jewellery in there. It was quite interesting what the lady was saying about the gentleman that owns it and who makes the jewellery, that he actually used to work in the mine and he was a miner, and then he decided to buy that shop. I mean, that's a bit of a career change, but it's certainly been a success for him because it's they've got some beautiful stuff. I could have spent a lot of money in there. So I've learnt something new today. I've learnt where the name Blue John comes from. It actually has French origins, which obviously seems a little bit weird considering that it can't be found anywhere else but here in Castleton. But the French named it Bleu et Juin, which as far as I'm aware is the correct way to pronounce it, but it actually means blue and yellow, and that refers to the colours that run through the stone. And when that name came back to Castleton, the good old folk of Derbyshire, I think struggled to pronounce it a little bit, and it gradually morphed its way into Blue John, which, yeah, you can see that, can't you? Bleu et Juin. Never before have I wanted half a lager and lime more than what I want one now. However, I'm doing a silly detox again. Well, it's not silly because it makes me feel better. So all I can have is herbal tea and water. So I've just come into this lovely little tea room I showed you outside, and they've got gorgeous cakes. But yeah, I'm just having a sparkling water and a green tea. They've got lots of indoor seating, but they've let me come out into this lovely little courtyard, which is just under the shadow of the church tower. It's really, really pretty. They've only got 3 tables out here, but it's very cute. was going to go into a pub and have a soda water, but I'm so pleased that I came in here. It is absolutely gorgeous and I've got this all to myself.
So offshore, playful and free, without a care in the world. I was one rich little